So I think it takes a humility for a leader. Like, people are going to make mistakes, and you're going to have the graciousness to let them learn. You can try to prepare people as much as possible, but until they do it, they may not have the expertise. So it's not always pretty and clean, and people are going to make mistakes. So getting back to the Bible here, he says, okay, teach others also. Remind them not to quarrel about words which do no good but only ruins the hearers. What do you guys think he means by that? Dave, what do you think?
Sorry, you cut out there. What was the question?
He says, remind people and charge them to not quarrel about words which do no good but only ruins the hearers.
Maybe I'm just adding my own flavor to this, but I feel like he's talking about the endless circular discussions we have that are not about core issues. There's a million things theologically that we can debate till we're blue in the face that don't really matter in the end. What matters is Christ and redemption and living a fulfilled life in the Spirit. And a lot of times we get caught up in almost, and we do get divisive. Look at the history of the church. We get divisive because of these issues that, if you really look at them, they're kind of small. They're not as significant as people make them out to be, and people will draw the line at those things. And so I think that's what he's referring to in my mind.
Good. And then verse 16, he says, avoid irreverent babble, for it leads people into more and more ungodliness, and their talk will spread like gangrene. And then he names two characters. And so doctrine is core to who we are. We're going to spend the next 2 months talking about and going through the doctrine exam. So it's absolutely core, because if you start teaching false things, it can become a cancerous. You can lead people astray. On the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus says, I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill the law. For whoever upholds these things and teaches them, he will be great in the kingdom. But he who doesn't uphold them and teaches otherwise is no good. So super important what we teach. And then, Brandon, maybe you could talk about, when it comes to theology, you have the D's, all the different D's. Maybe you can just talk about those for a second.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree with what Dave said.